Taika Waititi, a great artist, a filmmaker, a writer, an actor, I think has probably contributed more than anyone else that I can think of to New Zealand culture, to New Zealand life.
Kia ora, my name is Boy, and welcome to my interesting world.
I think it all comes down to putting the power back in the hands of the people who own those stories.
You may know Taika Waititi as the man who lets his laid-back silliness guide the way through loved and hated Thor movies or puppy interviews. But what if there was more to Waititi's filmmaking than just having fun for the sake of having fun? What if fun was a statement for freedom Waititi has been making? Taika Waititi, also known as Taika David Cohen, is a New Zealand Indigenous filmmaker of Te Whanau Apanui descent. Coming from the Rokokaua region, he was raised on the east coast of New Zealand in Wellington. Taika Waititi takes his position as an Indigenous filmmaker as an opportunity to bring his voice and help others bring their voices to the public. But before his name was as big as it is today, film wasn't actually the first thing on young Taika's mind. He had always dreamed of being a painter or a diver, if you can believe it, but thanks to his high school drama teacher, his dreams of diving would be put on hold. In 1996, after graduating with a degree in theater and film from Victoria University, he continued to pursue acting and other work in film, even being nominated for an NZ Best Actor Film Award in 2000 in the comedy series Scarflies. Actually, it was comedy series like this that led to him taking up directing. Acting on projects like The Strip is what led to him growing tired of always being someone else's comedic relief. He wanted to try telling his own stories, and he succeeded, gaining critical recognition with his short film, Two Cars, One Night, at the 2003 Academy Awards.
Hey, come on, man! I got something to show you. It's choices.
What is it?
This. Sucker, suckalaka.
Grow up, you baby.
He had also worked on painting, stand-up, photography, and design, receiving acclaim in all sorts of fashions for these works as well. Once he started focusing more on painting again, he started putting more attention into his comedy short films, many of which were part of contests and challenges, which cemented his growing presence in the world of filmmaking. From short films and indie productions to blockbusters or television series, Waititi continues to have a place in all mediums. And no matter the presentation of the film he works in, Waititi's projects have their own distinct feel, all while still having that distinct Waititi-wired flair. But no one project feels exactly the same as another. And it's no question that Taika Waititi has certainly gained a lot of experience as a filmmaker over the years. He has produced, acted, written, and directed an outstanding number of projects altogether. The feature films under his direction are Eagle vs. Shark, Boy, What We Do in the Shadows, Hunt for the Wilderpeople, Thor Ragnarok, Jojo Rabbit, Thor Love and Thunder, and most recently, Next Goal Wins. He also has multiple features in development, many of which are in a status of, well, will this actually get made? Who knows? Like his untitled Star Wars movie and a live-action Akira movie. Anyway, he has worked on a lot of TV shows as well, whether as a director, a creator, or a producer, and sometimes all three. Some of the TV shows under his belt include The Mandalorian, What We Do in the Shadows, Our Flag Means Death, Time Bandits, and Interior Chinatown. You may be saying, I feel like you're forgetting some important ones, but don't worry, they're coming up soon. He has directed many short films as well, like John and Pogo, Two Cars, One Night, Heinous Crime, Tamatu, What We Do in the Shadows, Interviews with Some Vampires, and part of the compilation film 42 One Dream Rush, as well as recently a lot of commercials for companies like Belvedere and Lay's, which are actually watchable commercials, so not bad, a big plus there.
You may not be in a position to give much to racism, but whatever you feel comfortable giving will make a huge difference. You don't have to be a full-on racist. Just being a tiny bit racist is enough. A smile, a cheeky giggle, even a simple nod in agreement. It all adds up, and it gives others the message that it's okay.
Frequently asked questions about racism. What's in it for me?
Nothing. There's no benefit whatsoever to being racist. But ask yourself, what if everyone stopped giving to racism? What kind of future would that be for our children?
Taika Waititi's extremely quirky and unique comical style to his filmmaking all starts at his inspiration. Taika explains writing his films as necessary but ultimately a really lonely process, since he doesn't usually write with other people, he writes by himself.
And I usually do veer between crushing self-doubt and an overwhelming sense of triumph. When I think, oh, I really hit it here with this scene. The biggest triumph is actually just finishing the damn thing, and that's when you really want to celebrate, when you finish the first draft. The hardest part for me is actually the first, obviously, probably for the most for most writers is the first page, the first, just getting into it. But yeah, I'm always varying in between those worlds, but probably more on the crushing self-doubt side of things. One of the tricks I've learned though is to keep writing no matter what, and just to force yourself to write and write and write. And you know, there might be times where I've no idea what I'm going to write, but I'll just like invent a couple of characters, maybe 2 or 3 characters, and I'll just make them talk for, I don't know, so it could be 10 pages of just dialogue, and you know, most of it might be pretty crappy, but somewhere in there'll be some sort of nuggets, some little things that will be the seeds of a bigger idea.
Most of Taika's works are shot digitally, which helps Waititi adapt to whatever budget for the project he has, whether the feature budget is $1 million, 20, or almost 300 million. Waititi's focus remains the same. His films, although individually distinct and memorable, all put the focus on wrapping the writing around an unforced sense of comedy and entertainment, brought forth with the performances and an uplifting tone of character dynamics.
Uh-oh. Might as well play it to the end. What do you reckon?
You mean have a shootout and then when we got no bullets, run out and say, freedom! And then die in a blaze of glory?
No, I actually meant till we run out of petrol.
Oh, well, I'm dying in a blaze of glory.
That being said, he's also not afraid of putting the attention on darker, more serious moments when they need to happen. And whether he's using those comedic scenes or those dramatic scenes, he touches on deep themes, such as rediscovery of what natural wonders have been lost to time and ignorance. He also touches on aspects like broken foster systems and celebration of Maori's close-knit community and kinship. However, Waititi is also careful while hinting at social criticisms in the films itself, letting the audience observe it rather than just saying what he wants you to think. He wants you to come to that conclusion yourself. And through all of this, he does so using both a sensitive and satirical style at the same time.
Now, obviously, we've got a couple of things to talk through, Bella. Clearly, you've been briefed about his background and also his foster care history. Apparently, he's a bit of a handful, real bad egg. I mean, if you look in his file, you'll see that for yourself. We're talking disobedience, stealing, spitting, running away, throwing rocks, kicking stuff, defacing stuff, burning stuff, loitering and graffitiing. And that's just the stuff we know about. But hopefully, change in scene will help straighten him out.
He's home now. He'll be okay.
Okay, well, I like your enthusiasm. Good.
To Taika Waititi, his role of being an indigenous filmmaker is about having the freedom to tell the stories that you want, without being put into a box. He puts significant emphasis on returning the power to the people that own their stories. He is not only focused on the stories he can tell either, but he puts himself out there to help others tell their stories. Taika Waititi says the only authentic way to go about it is having a filmmaker who knows a certain place and culture be the one to tell the story of that certain place and culture. For example, Taika Waititi has had a significant role in getting projects like Night Raiders and Reservation Dogs out there to the world, and he always refers to them as the directors and other creators' projects, not his own. Reservation Dogs is a perfect example of Taika Waititi's attraction to making human stories impactful by use of entertainment. The projects Taika Waititi works on highlight his belief in using comedy to disarm people and open them up to absorbing more profound messages.
My name? William Knifeman. I was at the Battle of Little Bighorn. That's right. I didn't kill anybody, but I fought bravely. Well, I didn't actually fight. I actually didn't even get into the fight itself. But I came over that hill real rugged like, I saw Custer like that. That yellow hair, he was sitting there. Son of the morning star, that guy right there. Fuck, I really hated him. So I went after him. But then the damn horse hit a gopher hole, fucking rolled over and squashed me. I died there. This horse actually, little shit. And now I'm meant to travel the spirit world, find lost souls like you. The spirit world, it's cold. My nipples are always hard. I'm always hungry.
Got it.
Being a warrior, it's not always easy. You and your thuggy-ass friends, what are you doing for your people? It's easy to be bad. But it's hard to be a warrior with dignity. Remember that. In my time, we gave everything. We died for our people. We died for our land. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna fight for? Ah, I'm just fucking with you. But for real though, listen to what I said. Marinate on that. Oh. Let's go. Ha!
Focusing on the human connection to his stories is what makes Taika Waititi's films so effective.
The films that I like, and so Boy really presented, I think, our culture as everyone else. It was a very human story, but told in a very unique place. The location was something that not many people had seen before. So some of the responses were that, you know, it was like it didn't spend enough time dwelling in like the spirituality of Māori and like how we, you know, how connected to the ghost world we are or anything, but which, you know, a lot of us aren't. And so, I just tried to tell like a normal story about normal people who happen to be brown.
Who are you?
Boy,
What boy?
Elamine.
Elamine.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm your dad.
Oh. Hey, Dad.
Hey,
Welcome back. Good to see you.
good to see you.